More on tonight's breaking news from Toronto, where authorities at Canada's busiest airport are investigating the crash of a Delta Airlines passenger jet. The plane ended up upside down on its roof, partially charred and missing its tail and right wing. The pictures are extraordinary. Miraculously, all 76 passengers and 4 crew members survived. Joining us now is Chesley Sully Sullenberger, the captain of U.S. Airways 1549, the so-called Miracle on the Hudson flight. Captain Sullenberger is also the former U.S. ambassador to the International Civil Aviation Organization. Ambassador Sullenberger, great to see you. What's your view of what happened in Toronto? How does a plane end up upside down?
John, it's good to be with you. And thank you for mentioning the 1549 flight. Of course, I was only half of it. Captain Jeff Skiles was the other half. I'm very glad that the families of those involved got good news and that everyone survived. And that's a real testament to all the hard work that's been done up until now. My takeaway from this is that these recent crashes and incidents are a reminder that in spite of how safe aviation has become, there's still a lot of work to be done and investments to be made.
How so? You say the system is taxed. Explain.
Well, we're understaffed, particularly in air traffic control and maintenance on the navigation facilities that we use in this country. We still need to make investments to make sure that aviation can be kept as safe as it is, and to meet, I think, what is our obligation to, as we learn how to make aviation safer, to make those investments to keep making improvements as we go forward into the future. I think we owe that to everyone who flies.
Talk to us about what it's like to be in the cockpit at a moment of crisis like this. Obviously, the circumstances were different, and what happened here was, I think, must have been seconds in the making. But what do you have to do to try to prevent or avoid the loss of life?
Well, you have to work together, passengers and crew, and you have to make very important decisions very quickly and make them correctly. You have to quickly be able to synthesize basically everything you've ever learned about flying and apply that to solve a problem you've never seen before and get it right the first time. It's not something that's easy to do, but it's what aviation professionals train to do and do it very well.
Based on what we're seeing here, we have some of the pictures up on the screen. I don't know if you can see them of some of the passengers already on the runway. They must have been evacuated so quickly. How important do you think the proper training is in having a miracle like this?
Well, it's clearly the result of the crew working well together and the passengers listening to the crew and understanding where the emergency exits are, how they work, not taking their belongings with them. Even on our flight, as happens in every accident flight, many of the passengers tried to take their luggage with them. And when we were evacuating the airplane into the rafts on the Hudson River, some of the other passengers, seeing passengers take their luggage with them, threw the luggage into the river. So it was almost karma that the only people who didn't get their luggage back were the people who tried to take them with them.
I was on the Hudson. I was one of the first reporters to race to the banks. I saw it floating down the river. It was a remarkable sight. And I know how important it was for you to get confirmation that all souls on board your plane were accounted for. There have been no fatalities. So what kind of emotions do you expect that the Delta crew is going through tonight in Toronto?
Well, clearly the crew and the families and the passengers and their families will have to process this. And even though there was a good outcome, I'm sure the event itself was very stressful. They may feel what we did and have some version of post-traumatic stress disorder afterward. But if they talk about it, if they process it and work at it, they can all come out of it better on the end.
It is important to talk about it. I hope they have each other tonight to get through this. They are all very lucky, but as you said, it was important that they work together. Captain Sullenberger, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you being with us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.